Hello everybody and welcome to today's class. We are going to be going through some great basic warm-ups. I'm going to take you through my sort of fast-forwarded routine. We're going to do some breathing. We're going to get everything flowing. I want you to make sure that you have your water. I'm making sure that I have mine. Papa! Here it is. So I have my water because we're going to be doing a lot of work today. I'm going to take you through some blending exercises, and then we're going to finish up with some great sing-along songs that I hope you're going to love. Really quick, my name is Sarah Alida LeClaire, and I'm so happy to be coming to you here from my page, Piano and Heels. I am a professional voice coach and a choir teacher in my fantastic school in Spring Valley, California, in San Diego. I have a master's degree in vocal performance, and I'm going to be showing you all the tricks that I've learned both from my years of singing professional opera and my years of singing professional musical theater. So hopefully all of that helps. Again, make sure that you have your water. Take a second as we're giving people their moments to jump in, to just give me a little comment. Let me know where you're from and where we're all joining in together from, and let's have a moment of community in this Zoom quarantine. And then let's start with a nice breathing cycle. So we want to always start with that 4-part breath cycle, right? We want to exhale first. Breathe in. Hold it firm, out. Feeling like a tire all the way around your torso, and hold that firm, and then exhale, control it from the lips. All the way, release. Breathe in. Hold it firm, and this time we're going to sing on an E. E. One last practice for that breath cycle. We're going to exhale. Breathe in. Hold it firm. Make sure you're pushing out against your fingertips here, and then down the scale. E. That's it. Okay, so let me just adjust my camera. I'm going to stand up for today's warm-up. There we go. Okay, hair's looking good. Great. As we go, because I want to remind you that it's really important to go ahead and put your hands here right on your ribs to make sure that you are expanded. All of this needs to be expanded. I had a great question on TikTok yesterday where the young boy was asking, are you telling me that when I breathe for singing, it's not supposed to push my tummy in? Oh my God, no, the exact opposite. It is supposed to push your tummy out, because literally what's happening is you're making space in this cavity so that your lungs can expand downward. We have to actually create a cavern where your lungs are gonna go down and inflate. So we have to get space. We have to make a food baby. We have to expand all of this. So make sure that you're expanding all of this. And I am going to keep my hands up here. I've got my index fingers under my front ribs. I've got my thumbs under my back ribs, and I've got my webbing of my hand in my side ribs, so that I know that I'm expanding. And you should see those fingers push apart. It might not happen right away, but it's going to happen over time. Make sure that you have control over this. One of the other ways that I tell my students to do to get control over this muscle of your diaphragm is to just practice with like a big fat book. Like I used to say telephone books, but those don't exist anymore. So it's just something big and heavy that you can lay on the ground and put this on your belly and practice moving it up and down until you can control it. Then the other thing that you can try is to just lean into a pal's fist and push off, and then saying ha, 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 ho, he, and all of that he, ha, ha, ha will pop out those belly muscles. Let me just adjust this a little bit. There we go. Less of a vampire. All right, so as we go, I'm just going to give the starting pitches for all of these, and I want you to remember to practice good filling up technique between every single phrase. So I'm just going to remind you of that visually by using my breath support all the way through this rather than sitting down today. Okay, so here we are. We're starting on an E flat 3 for guys, E flat 4 for women. Breathe out. Fill up. Ooh. as I go, and you'll see that I'm flexing and ebbing with each slide that I do. Those slides are multitaskers. Whenever you slide, it forces all of these muscles and all of this to engage and activate. We want that. So the more that you slide in the beginning of your warm-ups, not only is it a gentler way to get your folds nice and warmed up and get that mucus flowing in a healthful way, but it also makes all of these muscles kick in and do what they're supposed to and connect your body to your breath, to your voice. Okay, so here we go. Let's add an E. Push out. E. 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 Bubbles. Last one, on an E. Great job. All right, so let's continue those slides and making sure that everything is connected and engaged. We're going to do some downward slides. So we're going to start up here. I want you to make sure that you start each phrase with a lifted soft palate. So we can do a couple different things. We can start the feeling of a yawn, but to me that gets too much in my throat. Some people that works for you, great. I like the feeling of biting into an apple. I want to smell something wonderful. Yes. I want to have a mouthful of marshmallows. In any case, I want to have that lift that happens so that at the back of my notch of my jaw, there's a lift in the roof of my mouth for each of these. So we're going to start with the wee. Start with that lift. Exhale first. Breathe in. Lift the soft palate. Wee, wee, wee. Two more. Zoo. 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 Wee. 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 Yes. Okay, so now. Knee, nay, no, new. The first one, knee. This is hard. Okay. The first one, knee, is going to feel naturally very forward. So we go there, knee. The nay wants to go back. We're going to throw it forward where the knee was. Find that space between your front teeth and your tongue. Knee. Now lift with the soft palate. Nay. So look at my mouth shape. It's very open and it's very bright because I'm going to keep that placement forward so that I don't crack in the middle of my break. Knee, nay, no, lift, no. Now change your starting consonant to a me. Feel it right here in your cheekbones. Me, may, mo, moo. Now let's change it to a ya. That's the most challenging one because the ya wants to go back in the throat. So lift, ya, 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 ya. Back to the N. Knee, nay, nice and flat through all of it. Ah. Make sure you lift with the soft palate and you're pushing out all the way around your torso. Release, breathe in, and lift. One more. To a yaw, that's really hard. Water. And let's see how that sounds. Keep it very forward, just where the new was. Lift and yaw. Reset. Yaw. I'm clicking, so I'm going to do that one again. With that, so I'm going to try that one more time. I'm going to really lean down into my support, and I'm going to put a little more pressure so that I don't have that sound on the very top one. So obviously going to so much of a percentage of the head voice. Happy with that. All right, so let's do some range extenders. So we're going to start with the bubble. I'm going to sit back down for these because these are a little bit easier. But don't forget, you should still be expanding your diaphragm all the way around. Here we go. Just throw it up and touch that top note. On in, sliding all the way up. Back to the U. Touch it on the top. I'm literally feeling the shift. Ooh, I literally feel the tiny vibrations that are happening in my hard palate. That's where my teeth are shoved into my gums. It's okay to feel that vibration. We should always feel vibration and resonance, but more importantly, feel where it goes in this healthy way on the slide. Ooh. And feel it all the way down so that we keep that forward placement all the way throughout. Forward placement is how we get everything to sound the same top to bottom so we don't have that loud audible click. Okay, back to the bubbles and up. do my high notes, I do a lot of gestures, I do a lot of hand motions, I try to get myself into my high headspace. I want to get up in there and I want it to not have any kind of tension in my throat. So I do a lot of that. And like if I was going to stand and sing something like that, that was going to get up. So that's a high A. That's not super high, super duper high soprano, not Kristin Chenoweth land yet. But I do sometimes, you know, put myself into my posture by putting my hands up on my hips. And I have to tell you, story time. One of my very first auditions that I ever had for musical theater here in San Diego, I went in to go to do this audition, and it was for an alto part. The range of the piece I had checked out. I had like gone through the whole score and I'd sung all the songs for this particular role, and she needed to go to a C5, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. I had barely done any warming up. I had done a lot of like heavy low warming up because it was going to be a comic part. It wasn't going to be any kind of soprano. I get into the callback because, you know, the audition went well. I get into the callback, and I'm in there with 5 other girls, and the music director says, okay, we're going to go up to C5, and she starts vocalizing us up. That's not a C5, that's a C6. And I was like, that's not a, but those are opera notes. Like I only, on a good day, maybe, like back when I was singing opera professionally, like I could hit that, like maybe, and it's not going to sound good. Like, why are you? And so to get up there, because I knew I had it, I could do it on a good day, I got up and I put my hands on my hips, and I, not on my hips, but like on my pressure points, so I could go and get all the way up there. Except after I did it, she kind of got this weird look on her face, and she didn't really like me, I could tell. And after that, she kept asking all the other girls to go again, and then she never had me go again. And I was like, what's going on? I found out from a friend afterwards, she thought that I was putting my hands on my hips and being a brat about singing what she asked me to sing, and that I was having a bad attitude about it. And so she had told the director she refused to work with me. All right, there were other roles happened for me, but I was really just trying to hit the high notes. It's really important. Anyway, I always say totally fine during a callback, unless the music director has strong feelings about it, to go ahead and put your hands up here for support. All right, so let's finish those now that I've blah blah blah. Let's finish those and let's go up a little bit higher and see if we can get up to that high C. So the C6 is what it is. That's a C6. Kristin Chenoweth. C for Chenoweth. 6. That's a C5. Is a C6. Okay. Clarifying. I'm gonna go ahead and do those C6s right now, and you do it with me. Here we go. Ha, ha, ha. Baller. Yes. Hope you got up there too. Okay, let us take a look now that we are all warmed up. I'm going to bring this down a little bit, I think. Okay. I am going to take you through some songs today because I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a sing-along. So I'm going to do some of the things that I've had people request over the last couple of weeks. And one of them is one of my absolute favorites, She Used to Be Mine. So what I'm going to do though, because I know that this is a hard core belter song, and I want you to be able to belt. I want you to be able to do everything that you want to do in this song. I'm going to bring it down by a third. I'm going to bring it down by a minor third, and it should be a much more comfortable piece, okay? So before you do that, really quick, give me a little belter warm up. So we're going to go, oh, no, you don't. Short breath. Oh, no, you don't. 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 I'm just going to check the top note of this is where we're doing it. We're not going to have to go higher than that. Okay, so now we're nice and comfortable. I'm going to bring it back. And hopefully you know this. If you don't, take a second, go on a separate device and get the lyrics to it. It's a fantastic song and I love it very much. If you're watching this after our live cast, I'll have the captions up for you. So that should make it easier for you to sing along. Just lift your soft palate. It's not simple to say most days I don't recognize me with these clothes and this apron. That place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention's sweet center. I still remember the girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She's broken and won't ask for help. She's messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a Oh, I'm sure you sounded so great. Let's take a look. I'm gonna pop up something for the high people. One of my most requested songs, Never Enough. So let me just make sure I've got this in right key. It's there. Okay, so if you have this is Never Enough from Greatest Showman. I hope that you'll jump in and sing along with me. Take a second, get your lyrics, and I'm gonna pop it up. I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder. Can you hear it echoing? Sing with me. Take my hand. Will you share this with me? Darling. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky, never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world. It'll never be enough, never be enough. Here we go, sopranos. For me, never, 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 never for me, never enough, never enough, never enough for me, for me, for me. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky, never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me, never enough, never enough, never enough for me, for me, for me. Good. Okay, and then let me give you something for the men before we get ready to end here. Let's see. I'm looking for my dear Evan Hansen. Hold on. All right. Dear Evan Hansen, I know this is a favorite for my tenor friends. Just gonna plug myself in here. Okay, are you ready? Make sure you've taken your water and you're ready to sing this along. I would love it if you made some recordings of yourselves doing this and send it to me. I would love to see it. All of you great tenors, especially you high school guys, especially you college guys, like I know that this really hits really hard, and this is a special one for my dear friend Brendan McNeil, who was my Benedict in Much Ado About Nothing. I know this is one of his absolute favorite songs, so this is for you, my friend. a great weekend, you guys. Stay safe and keep singing.